to finish my presentation. An exhaustive research was applied in both databases, WUS and Scopus. Okay, I repeat the last time. Okay, in advance, I only will do my bibliometric analysis with Scopus. Okay, selecting the most relevant publication from the journals with the greatest influence in the field under investigation, revealing important features of on the subject of greenwashing. Remember that the authors that I talk about as a reviewer in this moment, when I review a journal, the first thing that I do is to read the reference, the bibliographic reference. Okay, and I try to find. I find some papers or some authors, some journals, okay, who are the top in one subject, no? And normally I review the papers that I know the topic, no, in my field of research. So I know very well the authors in each topic that I know, okay? There is an increasing trend for the publication of topics related to greenwashing during the last 20 years, no? Reaching a peak of publication in 2018, no? 2 years ago. So the topic is very, very recently, no? We have a lot of publication the last 2 years, okay? This is the reason that I did this literature review, okay? We know the importance of the relevance of the topic, okay? There are differences between both selected databases. These discrepancies are evidenced in the number of articles collected by, in the databases, I mean in Scopus, okay? Publication by authors, journal publication, and publication by organizations, including variation in the ranking of publication most influential, okay? And finally, the WUS Viewer program not only provides the maps used in this research, but can perform different types of analysis, for example, co-authorship, co-occurrence, citation, bibliographic coupling, and post-citation. It's very important to see a map to analyze, okay, your bibliometric analysis. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me to share my experience and knowledge about the bibliometric analysis.
One question is that somewhere in one of the slides, does it affect the research study if we are using any one database, either WOS or Scopus? How to find the cumulative percentage? I think
some databases, I choose for my bibliometric analysis 2 databases. WUS. WUS means Web of Science. Web of Science is a database, and Scopus is also a database, okay? But then I use a software, a program, okay, to permit me to do this cluster that I present, a cluster, a map, bibliometric map. Yeah, it's a WUS Viewer. This is different than the Web of Science databases.
Yes, yes. And another question which you already clarified, I think, that the number of these published documents actually meant for greenwashing topic. So I think all can use that all these data, relates to greenwashing. So I think that is clear. That is clear. It is for greenwashing. So I think we can pass this question. And
sorry, Dr. Bihesh, it's important to say the participant that in my presentation, I try to show, first of all, the importance of bibliometric analysis in one research, to begin a research, okay? Mm-hmm. And in the second part, I present the results of one exercise, okay? Correct. So it's important to begin a process of literature review using this kind of by analysis, this kind of analysis. No, you can use meta-analysis or bibliometric analysis, for example. I choose bibliometric analysis because I know the methodology, okay, and
Yeah.
the results maybe are the same, okay, because the most important is to begin a researcher reading the author most who has more citations, okay, the school who has more citation. And for the doctoral students, for example, is important to know different schools over the world, no? Who has a research about one topic.
Yeah. So, Professor Otto, there is another question. What should be the minimum number of results to conduct this analysis, this research? Minimum number.
Yeah, this is a good question. Okay, because we know that Scopus, we can do in Scopus maximum 2,000 reference. Okay, we can with Web of Science. I think we can use for the analysis, the bibliometric analysis, only 600, something like that. But with the maximum number is in Scopus is 2,000. Okay, but the minimum, yeah, this is the reason that I say this is a good question. The minimum, I don't know, but you can do a bibliometric analysis, for example, with 10 or 20 papers. So in this case, you need to add other keywords. Okay? For example, as you remember, in my case, in greenwashing, I use greenwash, but I also use corporate social responsibility. No, I choose other. The same in my new research, because I want to show, for example, the importance of the researchers in the crisis in tourism. So I put as a keyword crisis and tourism, but I detected that other authors put also in the keywords disaster. So I add a new word. If I add more words, I can have more references. And
more results.
Your objective is to have more reference. No, this is a good question. I recommend to search other keywords, yeah, to add the number of reference. Okay, this is very important. Thank you for this question.
Yeah. Actually, the researcher will know that which are the keywords which are very similar. So it will make the results more. The quantity of results will be more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good evening to Professor Otto and to Dr. Vijesh.
Yes, sir.
It was really a very informative session. I do have one question. In one of your slides, you have shown that the author Font X has published 5 documents in greenwashing, and his cumulative percentage is 16%. How far it is good for a researcher to keep on writing on a same topic again and again, sir? First question is this. And my second question is it good to add a bibliometric analysis, a chapter of bibliometric analysis in your PhD thesis? That's it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, could you repeat me the question, please? I understand the context.
Yeah. My first question is, in one of your slides, you have shown top 10 contributing authors by published documents in Web of Science, in which author Font X has published 5 documents in greenwashing. How far it is good for an author to keep on publishing on the same topic again and again? And my second question is, can we add a bibliometric analysis chapter in your PhD thesis?
So,
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
See, Vijesh, sorry.
Yeah, so I think what he's asking is that the same author with same topics is writing, will it actually serve the purpose? What he's trying to say, but I think it is a specialization, I think, of the person. So if a person is specialized in one area, he will keep on writing different perspectives. This is my view, but I think you will have better view. What he's asking is that
Yeah,
same topic, same. So keyword is same, but topic may be different, I think. Yeah.
yeah. I think I agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you this is I mean, this is the reason that you can use a more number of um, I mean publication. Okay,
Mhm.
because sometimes some journals ask you keywords but also highlights. Okay, so the databases use more information about the topic, because sometimes we can put all the keywords because you have only 3 or 5 keywords that sometimes it's not easy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to document
Document.
the journal in the database. So this is the reason that you can put more than one word, no? And I agree with your answer. Oh, so in the second question, I talk for the when you begin a doctoral thesis, no? I think the most important when you have some meetings, no, with your advisor, yeah, is to show you can do one time, no, this exercise. The first time you in my case, because this week I work about the tourism and crisis. This is the reason that the first time I found some quantity of papers, but in the second time that I do the same exercise, I add other word as a disaster. But I have a limit, okay? I have a number that I can use a maximum of reference. This is the reason also that I choose in advance to use only Scopus, okay? So, and then you need to clean, okay? So you need to do the same exercise sometimes to arrive at a conclusion that you are satisfied with the results. It's not in the first exercise that you do that you find this kind of results. We work more than 1 month in these results, okay, with different interaction, with different. So I think it's you need time and you need to find more the the research, no, of the exercise.
Yeah. So I think we have, I think one more question left. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Vesh,
Yeah.
and thank you,
Welcome.
Professor Otto. It's a pleasure attending the session. My question is that if we are doing a research on the same topic, there's a chance that after doing several research, the results are getting different from the first time I started my uh, research. So, is it possible?
Okay, I understand. Is it possible to?
Is it possible that if I am doing a research on the same topic again and again, and I get a different results, like for example, the first time maybe my result is coming positive, and then after that it started coming negative. Let's say I'm talking about something related to financial markets. So it started coming negative after several works. So is it possible?
Oh, okay, okay. I mean you. I don't know if you can qualify of positive or negative in this kind of research. Okay, maybe you can qualify I choose more reference or a new cluster or a new relationship between some authors or some countries or some schools. Okay, but it's true. Remember that when you do state of the art of one topic, okay, sometimes there are the knowledge advance and more, okay, and there are a lot of journals now that publish more, and all the authors over the world, because the ranking or accreditation, yeah, WACSB, EQUIS, AMBAS, and so on, okay, we need when you look, for example, the academics or in a job market, different schools over the world want authors with a lot of publication in Q1 journals, in Q2, no, in the first quartile or second quartile, okay, of the top publication. Okay, so in this moment, every body over the world try to publish and publish and publish. So these databases are adding all these new publications. Okay, in this moment we produce a lot, all the schools. Okay, in my case, I produce in the last 18 months 21 products. Okay, uh, five of them are Q1 or Q3 or Q4, but I have a lot of book chapters and case studies also. But 21 products in 18 months, in 1 year and a half, is a lot. Okay, so to answer your question, no, it's true that you can find more reference or different results if you has an update of the publication, or if you add some keywords. Okay, and maybe when you has the first iteration, okay, you can find some reference, but in this process you can find more reference that the same authors use. So this is the reason that the state of the art must begin with this kind of research, no, a bibliometric analysis. And this kind of research can be also a publication. In my case, I publish these results, no, of in different topics. No, for example, for a book chapter, one colleague asked me if I can write a book, a chapter for his new book. Yeah, I have a call for books, and I recommend to introduce in the book, the first chapter, a bibliometric analysis of the topic. No, so it's a thank you for your question. It's a very interesting. I permit me to recommend to do the bibliometric analysis in the beginning, and maybe 2 or 3 years after your research, because maybe in this period, okay, some authors can do the same thing that you are research in this moment. So in the dissertation moment, maybe the jury can ask for this new publication, no, for this new author. So it's very important to do bibliometric analysis 1 day before your dissertation thesis also.
Okay, sir. Professor Otto, quickly, the VOS viewer is free, and I think you mentioned already that VOS viewer is free to download. It is
Yes.
free, I think. And one more question from Ramandeep Kaur, that can we do cross disciplinary comparison with this analysis? So I think it's a mix and match of the keywords, I think, because cross disciplinary will be, I think, a little complicated. I think so. So I don't know. What is your views, Professor Otto? She's asking, can we do cross disciplinary comparison with this analysis?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
I
think
think it's a
it will be
good
complicated.
question, no?
It will be
Yeah, this
complicated.
is this is a good question. I think it's better to do the exercise by different fields, no?
Yes.
Because the results, I don't know, no, I don't know the results of this kind of, no. For example, if you put marketing and finance as keywords, yeah, we say in Spanish arroz con mango. I don't know in English. Yeah,
Yeah, or we can bring some common keyword, which like marketing, finance. What is the common? So if we
yeah.
can
For
bring
example,
that common thing,
yeah,
probably we
yeah.
can.
For
We
example,
can. Yes.
maybe budget or ROI, no,
Yes. Yes.
but
Yes.
not that terms marketing finance. I don't know. Maybe, but if you
Yes.
can use ROI or maybe or budget, no,
Yes.
marketing
Yes.
budget. Yeah, that term very close, no. Is
Yeah.
is is a is a good question. It's a good question.
Very good
I
question.
never I
Yeah.
never did the
Yes.
exercise,
Yes. Yes.
but
But
I
it can be done.
think,
It can be done.
yeah.
So I think the base of the entire thing began with the keyword research. So for example, when we started with greenwashing, the first thing was to analyze greenwashing and the keywords associated with it. And most of us, when we do the keyword analysis, it's basically based on our perception that these could be the possible keywords on which we will be trying to find out articles or papers associated. Now, sir, are we using any specific software or method or a tool to basically analyze and what are the most sought after keywords on which we can actually base our research? Because I think we might be thinking of some maybe four other keywords, and in actually the situation might be so that maybe in that sustainable space, people might be having some more keywords, so our research gets a completely new dimension. So, like, are we using anything in that regard so that no, we can have a better filter at it?
Yeah, I try to answer your question. I know that we use more and more keywords, but remember that the database and in the methodology you try also to clean the databases, the results, because there are some articles that are duplicate, or sometimes you can use only the for analysis, you can use the paper that has almost 5 citation, no? Or maybe you can choose another filter as a 10 citation, no? You reduce your scope. But
Okay.
the most important in this case is to choose the correct keywords, okay? And for example, when you choose the author, the main author, yeah, you can review the keywords that he used. And also, if you read the last publication, maybe that can add some keywords. But the most important is to choose the correct keywords um, that the authors who write about the topic uses also, no? And then you
Right.
can continue your research if you clean the database also and the
Right.
results.
Right. Right. Okay.
So
Thank you,
yeah.
sir. So I think I'll just proceed with summarizing the session. So it was really a pleasure, sir, having you here. I think it added a completely new dimension to our existing scope of learning, because I think there will be very few of us who would have actually done a bibliometric analysis before proceeding with getting a paper written or even trying it for publication. So I think there were some very valid pointers which was discussed today. The starting first with what should be the correct keyword selection, then from keyword selection as to how we should be doing a bibliometric analysis on each of the parameters that were identified, starting with the databases that we're using. So Web of Science and Scopus were the two prominent databases that were suggested, from where we can actually filter out the data and then perform the analysis. And then there would be some combination of parameters on which we would be doing the analysis. So some important parameters which were suggested were again, the site score, the H index, the kind of publications that have happened, and even going to the extent that which countries and which universities or which organizations have actually produced the more valid number of publications in that particular domain. So I think that was also something which was an important aspect to learn. And of course, analyzing the author and the content written by the author, so that we have the correct set of references before we actually start writing a paper. And how do we actually technically do that? So that was all the session is about. It was, I think, certainly a very good session for us. Most of us would be probably downloading the viewer today and trying to experiment as to how we can probably go ahead with experimenting with our new research in a more organized and a methodological way. So thank you so much, sir, for your time and coming so early so that it is a little comfortable for us and we
Yes,
can be
yes.
there to attend your session. I know to be available at this time, you would have to stretch so hard so that you are available at this time. So we are highly thankful, and on behalf of EBC Institute of IB and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Jain, and all faculty members present here who are attending the session, I again extend a very warm, a heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for sparing your time and sharing this wisdom with us. So may you have a very great day ahead.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank you, Professor Otto, from all the way from the other side of the planet. You gave such a informative talk. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.